Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today to try to get you, yes, you, to stop bitching about life because you didn't want to put in the hard work. You didn't want to do the work. Okay? I want to tell you a little story from my work. This has been a theme for a long time. Give you just a little bit of an insight. And I hope some of this makes sense to you guys. I know it's always complex and complicated when I try to describe to people how I get my work schedule. Okay? I I exist in an industry that has like really weird shifts and weird trips and all kinds of different hours and all kinds of different variables that are options that you can um, end up with a schedule month to month based on your interaction with this like bidding system that we have. Okay, so first of all, I work in a system where we have the seniority list. Every single month, every person on that seniority list gets to put in their pick and their preferences for what types of trips and what type of schedule they want every single month. And the guy at the very top of the list gets his first pick of all the trips that are in the pool, the options to pick from. The guy at the very bottom gets the scraps or whatever is left over and just kind of gets his schedule given to him. And everybody in between there has the ability to go in and put inputs into this bidding system, okay, that preferentializes everything. It's this big system, this big mechanical, a lot of moving parts kind of type thing. So that said, it's actually very complicated. It's very complex. It's honestly a little bit different to learn, okay? But there's a very interesting thing that happens still to this day. And in my industry, this has been the case for a long time. We've had this system of seniority, we've had this system of bidding and preferentializing and all this kind of stuff. And it's so funny to me that you'll have guys that go through their entire career that will bitch, all day long, week after week, month after month, year after year. They'll be the most senior guys at the top of the seniority list, and they won't get the schedules they want. And the reason why they don't get the schedules they want is because they did not take the time at any point to really learn the bidding system. Okay. Now, the situation is this, guys. If you're a junior guy or a guy on the bottom of this list, as I've described before, and you are actually diligent about reading the manuals and like putting the time into learning the system and learning how to bid properly and learning how to just put in your preferences in an appropriate manner, okay, you're actually going to get a better schedule than that guy up at the top that might have the seniority. He might be the senior guy on the job, but he doesn't do the work. He doesn't bother to assemble his bid properly every month. He spends no time on it. He's never put any time into learning it. And he just kind of lets the system give him whatever the system can give him because of the fact that he put like basically no preferences in, versus the guy at the bottom that put a lot of different preferences in, that did what the manuals and the books told him to do and is doing it in the proper fashion, right? In both these instances, you have a polar opposite type of person in both cases, right? You have a guy down on the bottom of the list, that junior guy, who took the time to do the learning, to read the manuals, to do things right, to do things properly. And you have that guy up in the other end of the spectrum that chose to not do the work, who chose to not do the learning, that chose to not set forth the effort. But the guy at the top is ironically, he'll bitch all day long about how unfair life is and how unfair the job is and how unfair, the industry is and how unfair this computer program is, when all along the guy at the top did not put the time in, did not do the work, did not try to do the learning. Yet he'll sit there and bitch his whole career about shitty schedules. And this is the most asinine, ridiculous, insane thing to me at the end of the day. This is the part where this talk is not about my little job and my bidding for schedules every month. It's more about just this general thing in life that I've witnessed and I've seen, guys, is that you're going to have people all around you that they don't want to do the work. They don't want to like put in the time. They don't want to do the effort, but they will bitch all day long about how unfair things are and how they can't achieve success and how they're not getting what they want out of life. But it's like when you stop and you step back and you analyze them and you ask them things like, well, what sort of hard work did you do? What sort of learning did you do? What sort of effort did you put in to try to achieve all this stuff that you're after? And a lot of times they don't have much to say for themselves. Like they just plain out were being lazy. They just didn't want to do the work. So it's like, how ridiculous is that, guys, when you put it like that, when you look at it in that light? Somebody that wants their cake and wants to eat it too, they want to have success, but they don't want to do hard work. That does not make sense. The world does not function like that. I'm sorry. The earth is not designed to operate that way. The earth is designed to reward people that put in the time, that put in the hard work, that do the grind, that do the learning, that do all this stuff. That is where the reward of success is derived from. It's not just from being here for a long time. It's not being the senior man on the earth, okay? You don't just get success just because you've been here a long time. You still got to put in the work. You still got to put in the effort. And the audacity of somebody to bitch in such a regard is one of the most annoying things to me, okay? Because here's the thing about life, guys. Like, you're all given the same manuals, okay? In my small example from my working situation there, we have all got the exact same access to this like bidding software program manual, right? I can read the exact same instruction booklet that you can read, okay? But for whatever reason, you chose to be lazy. You chose to not read. You chose to not do any studying, and I took it upon myself to take some time out of my day to devote some time to studying, to reading the whole book, front to back kind of thing. And therefore, I am theoretically having success. I am gaining. I am achieving. I am realizing a better month-to-month schedule, and I might be junior to you, but I chose to do the work. You chose to not do the work, and you want to sit here and bitch, okay? And it's the exact same thing in life, guys. Life is the exact same way. We all have access to the same tools and the same knowledge base, let's say, but there is a differentiating factor in this life between those people that are going to put the effort in, that are going to really grind, they're going to try to learn stuff, they're going to try to get better at stuff, and they're going to achieve, they're going to do and accomplish very amazing things. And then all throughout your life, guys, you're going to see people like this until the day you die. You're going to see those people that are bitching, like that senior guy that I talked about at my job, okay? They don't want to do the hard work, but they want to bitch about how unfair the world is, okay? Guys, stop being that sort of person in life. Stop wasting any more of your time bitching about how unfair life is and how unfair this world is and the fact that you haven't got success, and look inward, okay? Have you really put in the hard work? Have you really put in the time? Have you really set forth the effort? Have you done the reading? Have you done the studying? Have you done the hard work, okay? Odds are, probably not if you haven't got the success, if I'm being honest, and you can call that a little bit harsh or whatever, but like, let's cut the crap here. Let's cut the bullshit, guys. Like, if you haven't got there yet, it just means you haven't grinded hard enough, or you haven't done the work long enough, or you haven't any number of things. But just, I'm not here to beat you up, guys. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourselves, but I'm just trying to call your attention to this fact that this is just plain and simple the way the world operates, guys. You have to be willing to do the hard work. You got to put the time in. Success is not just going to drop into your lap. It's not going to fall into your lap. And the more time that you guys choose to spend just bitching about the nature of the world, that's just time you're robbing yourself, where you could be reading that manual. You could be studying something. You could be learning a new skill. You could be working on your body. You could be, working on your mind. You could be doing any number of things that are going to be more productive than just being one of these people that just kicks back and bitches about the world all around them, how unfair it is, right? We all have access to the same things, guys. Don't lose sight of that. Okay, if you're frustrated with life, look within, look inside, right? Stop looking at the world all around you and trying to, schlep blame off to any number of other factors, right? The world's unfair. Yeah, right? The world is unfair, guys, okay? Yeah, it sucks some days, right? But that shit ain't going to change. What has to change, though, is your mindset, your approach, and your willingness to do the work if you want success in your life, okay? Or if you don't want to do that, then just go through the rest of your life like this guy that I just described from work that just bitches, okay? Probably not a happy person, probably doesn't get the success they want, probably is going to die having left a lot on the table in this world, okay? Don't let that be you, guys. I know you're better than that. If you're listening to this channel, you got that inside of you, okay? I believe in you guys, all right? All right, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Talk to you all soon.